Welcome back, everyone. Next, we have Big Screen Entertainment Group, which trades on the OTC under the ticker symbol BSEG. In business for the last 18 years, Big Screen is a full-service entertainment company which develops, produces, and distributes movies, TV shows, books, and other media. Embracing the digital era, they have launched their own cutting-edge streaming platform and tech division. Especially for Emerging Growth Conference's audience, Big Screen has produced this filmed presentation showcasing their services and content and answering pre-submitted questions. So let's roll that now. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Anna, and I'm delighted to be here. My name's Catherine Taylor. I'm from Big Screen Entertainment, and this is our first time presenting. We have a bunch of information that is brand new and not before seen, so we're very excited to be here and to share it. Here is our CEO, Kimberly Kates, and Sandro Manetti, our COO. Thank you.
Welcome to Big Screen Entertainment Group, a thriving film and distribution company in Los Angeles. I'm COO Sandro Manetti, part of this public company of storytellers. And what a story we have to tell you today. It's about the past, present and future of Big Screen, which began in 2005, made a string of movies and has built ever since by always betting on talent and tech, to the point where we now have our own streaming platform and a slate of exciting projects for screens big and small. Now, I'm a relative newcomer to the company, but to tell us the full story, let's meet someone who's been with Big Screen since almost the very start. It's our CEO, who comes from a background in acting and used all her experience in front of the camera to thrive behind it as well. She's now steering the company to a very exciting future. It's Kimberly Kates.
Thank you so much, Sandro. That was a beautiful introduction, and thank you everybody for being here today.
Kimberly, there's quite a range of movies that Big Screen made early, including Dirty Love, starring Jenny McCarthy, Forget About It, with late Burt Reynolds and Raquel Welch.
But to find true love, one has to dig deep.
Well, it only gets worse.
The suitcase full of mob money that fell into the wrong hands.
Holy mother!
Do a ballet of my record? Are you crazy? Of course. It can't possibly turn out bad.
Man-sized bug resembling a mosquito has been preying on civilians. It sucks every ounce of blood.
Streaming has revolutionized the movie industry. How has Big Screen been at the forefront of that, and how will it continue to chart that course?
Well, we have our own streaming app, as you know, Big Stream Entertainment, and we have over 300 titles. We are in talks with somebody right now that's an innovator in technology.
What is your own vision for how the entertainment industry is going to change in the future, and how Big Screen will be at the forefront of that?
Web3, that's what we are on now. Web3, blockchain.
Well, yes, it would be great to make Big Screen an entirely blockchain-enabled streaming platform. I joined around 2018, 2019, and around that time, Big Stream was already in existence. While other companies were just playing catch-up, Big Screen is also creating original content for Amazon, Netflix, other streamers out there. What's Big Screen's history in international distribution?
Well, one of the things that we did need to learn in order to recoup on our films is the foreign markets, and that included going to Cannes and Berlin, and it really helped us understand the benefits of foreign international distribution. And around 2013-14, I started working with a wonderful man, Dr. Jimmy Jiang, from China, and he had very strong connections to the China Film Group.
I believe that the Big Screen is a very great team for the film industry. That's why I followed Kimberly to listen to her. Then I, being the major holders. So
we did a project with the China Film Group and Dr. Jimmy Jing. It was about World War II. As a result of that, we then started buying films for international distribution to release theatrically in China, including Papillon with Charlie Hunnam
And Rami Malek was in that, yeah.
Exactly.
You are the property of the penal administration of French Guiana.
There's no way off. There's always a way.
And then we did
Death Wish, the Bruce Willis version.
With MGM.
The men who did it are out there. I'm going to hunt them down. One by one.
And then the animated film Ozzy. And so that really forged our relationship with China, and that opened a lot of doors for me in creating different projects than for big screen. And one of those projects became Avenger Field.
The story of America's female pilots in World War II.
A lot of the women pilots were the ones bringing in supplies during the war to China. So that opened up the door to my first show that I created and brought in other writers, female writers.
Why were you so particularly passionate about the women of Avenger Field, these female pilots? Why did you want to tell their story?
I just felt that they had so much to overcome. Fighting things that they shouldn't have to fight just because of their gender, I thought was wrong. I love these women standing up and doing really bold, sort of rebellious acts. It's definitely my nature. I loved seeing the farm girls with the high society girls having to all get along.
Avenger Field went further than other big screen projects in that it was the first one in which the acclaimed screenplay was published as a book. How is this part of a plan? Is Big Screen going into publishing in future?
We are now official publishers with Amazon, which is exciting, and we're releasing it as paperback and then an ebook. In addition to the first Avenger Field book, which is now available, we're also making it into an Audible, which is like a whole new venture for us, is doing audiobooks. And it's a whole new screenplay that's being written into an audiobook, and we have a series of 6 different books in the Avenger Field library that we plan on releasing over the course of the next couple of years. The thing is about the storytelling through books and through audiobooks is that it's not as expensive as making a movie. And you generate income, you generate revenue from it, but also you can create content and it's more immediate.
Big Screen is also developing a series of TV shows.
Right.
So what's on the slate?
In order to cope through the pandemic, I literally wrote an idea a day for a new TV show. And so we have 6 pilots completed. The first one's Avenger Field. The second one, it's called Dead End Dating. It's based off a best-selling book series by Kimberly Ray. Dead End Dating is about a 526-year-old vampire living in New York. She's supposed to get married to somebody in her own class system. She cannot do it. She has to marry for love.
It sounds like Sex and the City meets Bridget Jones with vampires.
It is.
What's not to love?
So we have a vampire here. She decides to open a dating agency for vampires and for werewolves and humans too.
So the world building has been done in a series of best-selling novels.
Right. The first season covers the 2 books. The person who brought this to me, his name is Michael Lang. He's one of the premier directors in television.
Oh, he's done episodes of 90210, Brothers and Sisters, all the great shows.
Yeah, everything. For years and years and years. And we worked together on a pilot years ago. So there's me, and there's Kasana Galad. She's the executive producer. Kasana is somebody that I'm working with. She's an expert in distribution and finance and filmmaking. We have a number of projects together with the company. She's one of my new partners, as is Michael. And then also Catherine Taylor, whom you're familiar with. She's a director and filmmaker, Fulbright Scholar, part of BAFTA as well. Just an overall genius girl.
Got it. So that's Dead End Dating.
So that's Dead End Dating.
But that's just one of the things on the slate. What other TV shows have you been developing?
I really feel for children who have to listen to all the horrible news out there. 40, 50 years, we're not going to be here. But these kids listening to these horrible stories about global warming and the anxiety that they must have, I wanted to create a show that actually solved global warming. My good friend, he's a writer and quantum physicist, we came up with a show called Earth Angels, and it's about kids saving the world from global warming. And I won't go into detail, but we came up with extremely innovative ideas on how we can save the planet.
So if Greta Thunberg was a superhero?
Pretty much. It's like it takes the most brilliant minds of children, and some of these ideas could save the world from global warming. So that's called Earth Angels, and that pilot is completed, as well as like the next 12 episodes are outlined in that show. Another one is called Black Magic. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's such a genius idea. I'm really a huge fan of Nikola Tesla, and I read a lot of Tesla books during the pandemic. And it utilizes Tesla's concepts in certain ways of time travel and so forth, and crime solving. That's all I can say about it because it's an extremely unique show, but it's a procedural crime solving show. That script is also completed. Then The Encounter, which is the one that we're working on right now. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and there were some very strange things that happened there, strange sightings and things that were unexplained. And things that
did you have a close encounter?
I certainly did. I know that sounds probably like, but it would be very strange, except for my friends had close encounters the same nights that I did in different locations in the area that we grew up in.
Well, they say write what you know.
So I'm writing what I know. I'm using what I loved as a kid growing up, and I'm putting it into my work in big screen.
So some exciting TV projects in development. How is Big Screen going to make money from them?
Well, we own the rights to them, so we own the copyright, and we get a production deal with a streamer. It happens with television that's different than film. Is film's somewhat of a one-shot deal, unless the film has merchandising rights and other things that you can monetize down the road. Doing a television show is every episode, every week, you get a licensing fee, you get a studio fee. It's just more lucrative. My TV producer friends are much wealthier than my filmmaker friends.
But Big Screen has not abandoned film altogether. In fact, we have a very exciting Christmas project. Tell us about that.
Well, that's called Santa for Real, and we're going to show a bit of it now.
He's there. What? Billy, quick! Come on! Where is it? What's going on? I'm out of
here! The film, excitedly, has been tentatively greenlit, so yay. We're just waiting on the start date for that film. And how Big Screen makes money, say somebody else invests in the movie, how do we make money from that? We get a studio fee, we get a licensing fee, and we own a piece of the picture. So we always own a piece, and we always get a studio fee or production fee. We are the production house, so that is how we make money off a film like that. Christmas movies are brilliant because they play every year. This has got such a Home Alone quality to it, meets The Goonies, that those films everybody likes to watch. The great thing about Big Screen is that because we're small, we're very flexible. We are scrappers at heart, so we can do anything at any budget, but we also do really high-quality artistic work.
So far, we've learned about Big Screen's films, TV shows, books, the streaming channel as well. What are some of the other ways that the company is going to make money going forward?
Dr. Jimmy Jang has said in order for the company to really see bigger pastures is we need to have a constant stream of revenue. And so I love everything princess, being that I was princess in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and I've always loved that aesthetic. So I was wearing a certain nightgown throughout the whole pandemic.
Oh, yes.
It was a very cute nightgown. It was a very comfortable, beautiful nightgown. There were some girls that contacted me that were a huge fan of the movie. They are into online sales. They have companies and so forth. I said, well, let's start something, a merchandise company with princess items. So we started it more for adult females. We have crowns, we have necklaces, we have everything princess. It's called the Princess Network, and everything princess is also part of it. But as we've gone through it, continued to morph this new company, which Big Screen owns, I now see that younger girls are really attracted to it more. So we're going to start developing more and more for children with the Princess Network, high quality items, including educational tools, starting with the book, The Grimm's Fairy Tale, The 12 Dancing Princesses.
Oh, so this gives more book opportunities to the company. Yes,
but also we're making educational tools because every one of the books has a lesson for children. So those lessons are going to be in educational materials, study materials, along with the books. And we also have merchandise that we're developing along with the 12 Dancing Princess series.
So that's a retail partnership, but you mentioned younger audiences there. So the streaming channel is expanding more to reach out to a largely underserved audience, kids.
Right. It's called Big Screen Kids. And Big Screen Kids, including this 12 Dancing Princesses, is going to be part of it. We're also doing story time, and we are doing the Velveteen Rabbit, and we're doing Winnie the Pooh.
So story time is kids telling classic children's story.
Kids telling story to kids.
To other kids,
Yes.
So Big Stream, the streaming platform, which is also available as a Roku channel and on mobile as well, has now over 300 titles, several original, including one I wrote and directed myself.
Actually, two that you did.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Someone's paying attention. Yes, the other one is Marilyn and Sinatra, about the little-known love story between those icons. And more recently, Tech to the Future, which looks at how technology is going to change the future. So basically, how is technology going to change the future of big screen and big stream?
Well, particularly with Big Stream, we're using Web3 and blockchain, and also we're going to be going into NFTs, which is a whole very exciting area.
Well, it's clear that every successful entertainment company needs to basically be a tech company as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
And with that in mind, what are some of the future innovations you're looking towards?
Well, this is a whole different area that is something that really interests me, and we do marketing for Dr. Bruce Lee, and has helped build his company up. He's an inventor. He's a surgeon and a world-renowned gynecologist. He created a device to help women with uterine fibroid tumors through radiofrequency ablation, and they do not have to have hysterectomies after having this procedure. I was pre-med in school. I have a fascination with medical technology, and I think that is something that it's not only a way of helping others, but it's also a win-win for investors. It's a win-win for humans. It's legacy type.
So you're building out the company into other areas, a bit like the retail partnership with the Princess Network. You're looking into make some kind of medical technology advancements?
Yes, I can't go into it too much because it's very, very forward-looking type stuff that Dr. Lee and I are working on with outside investors, doing it through Big Screen as a subsidiary, but Big Screen owns a percentage of it because Dr. Lee also wants to see Big Screen win. And it's a way of building out the company into, it's under the division of tech. It's using video game technology, video game engines, and creating technology to teach doctors, which is already being done somewhat, but in more complicated procedures. We are developing some things for the future of the company that could be extremely lucrative should they actually occur. When I got into this company, one of the reasons why I got in was to protect shareholders. And many of the Big Screen shareholders that we have been with us since the beginning. I think of them as family in a certain way. And I think, yes, I have to protect the company. Yes, I have to expand the company. But I also look out for our shareholders.
How rewarding will it be for you to see all these projects come to fruition and you be able to have all these long-term shareholders share in the company's success?
Well, it makes me really happy when the stock has gone up, and I hope that they've recouped their money. I'm really, really pleased. I feel like I've done a job well, and that's what my goal is, to get these films, get these TV shows done, make them a success. I mean, I work on it every day, work on it all weekend long, always coming up with ideas. My brain never stands still on ideas, and I thankfully work with people like you and Steven and Michael and the Decker brothers and all these great people. We just have such an excellent team, and everybody always jumps in and works. There's nothing but goodness and kindness in this company. And, we're strong, but we also are very kind.
How do you reflect on your own personal journey? Because you came in 2005 thinking this would just be a short-term thing, and you're solving a lot of problems and solved them very, very quickly. And here you are, years later, really sort of embracing the possibilities of big screen and surging it towards a tech-enabled future. So how do you reflect on your personal journey and how you've grown as a person?
Well, it's made me very responsible, where sometimes I've wanted to just run off and hide. I can't. Having a public company, you're always in the public, and it creates a tremendous sense of family and responsibility and pushing myself where I maybe wouldn't have pushed myself. There's no laziness in a public company. You constantly have to be on the move. It's made me healthier. I have to stay strong. I work out. I take care of myself. And I think it's been good for me. I mean, it's good for me personally in the sense that I'm always pushing myself.
So what is the stock structure of Big Screen Entertainment Group, BSEG?
I think we have 105 million outstanding and 51 million in our float, which has been consistent for the last 12 years. We haven't done any issuances in a very long time. Most of our operational expenses are run off of our revenue, and I've kept everything really conservative and really tight. Yes, no reverse splits, no forward splits, only believe in buybacks, dividends, unless something really great and amazing comes along. I think that's just a more conservative, better approach to running a public company, because I've seen people do a reverse split, the market caps go down, the stock goes down, and the shareholders are harmed. So we don't do that. Forward splits, maybe I could see the benefits of that, but I really think ideally for shareholders and so forth, it would be ideal to do a buyback, and that really would, I think, strengthen the company's stock price and so forth.
Big Screen, big plans. Kimberly Kates, big thanks.
Thank you, Sandro Manetti. Thank you so much for watching our presentation. I want to go over Big Screen's various revenue streams because we have quite a few. The first one is distribution, and that includes our standard distribution with iTunes, with Amazon Prime, and all the other streamers. Also, we have our own DVD platform that we still release DVDs on. The other one is marketing and production. Marketing and production, we do marketing and production for various companies. This has been a constant stream of revenue for the company for some time. The other one that we just recently started was Big Stream. We have our own streaming channel. We have over 300 titles. We already discussed that in the presentation, but I wanted to reiterate, this is one that we're really beefing up, and we look forward to growing this area of the company, including Big Screen Kids, with our own story time as our first production that we're doing with Winnie the Pooh and the Velveteen Rabbit. The other area that we are now involved in is the retail network with the Princess Network. My princess sister in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is my partner in this company. We have a lot of different items in our retail store, which you can find on theprincessnetwork.com. We are now getting into little princess items because we found that that is a huge market and seems to be even bigger than the adult market for princesses. We have the 12 Dancing Princesses is our first series of books coming out. 6 of the 12 books are completed, and we're working on educational and merchandising for that. The other area that we have that I'm really excited about is our publishing division. We've already released Avenger Field, the Women Air Force Service Pilots of World War II that we created here in-house. That's been released, and we're releasing the paperback very soon, as well as the Audible book. It's a series of 6 books. Another division is our tech division, which we have not really done before, and that's being headed up by Dr. Bruce Lee, who is an inventor. He invented the Assessa procedure for uterine fibroids, and he is working on some medical devices, beauty devices within the company. This is an area that's growing and has huge potential for the company in our tech division. Lastly is our film production and IPs. The company has created a number of IPs in the last 3 years. We not only have television series, but we also have a number of movies. In addition, we are also now partnering up with somebody that we work with, Kasana Galad, who does Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies, which are very lucrative. They're low cost, low budget to create, and the return on those is excellent. So these are some of the areas. We're also going to watch a PPT that goes over all this in more detail. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Okay, this is our corporate overview of Big Screen Entertainment Group. We're located in Los Angeles, California. Our stock symbol is OTC BSEG. We feel that we are undervalued. We have an incredible team of filmmakers. We've released films theatrically all over the world. We've been at all the major festivals. We have a number of IPs right now in development and completed. We're really excited. The company's never had such infrastructure as we have now. We do it all. We develop. We can take a 2-sentence pitch and turn it into a script. We can help get the film made from production production to distribution, post-production, publicity, and marketing. Why invest? Well, Big Screen is primed right now with its growth and infrastructure and its top talent team of filmmakers, and we have multiple revenue streams. We also have Big Stream Entertainment, which is on Roku, and our own distribution with iTunes, Amazon, Tubi, which is owned by Fox, YouTube, Hulu, Shudder. We've had previous releases with Lionsgate and Universal. I'm an award-winning producer. I started off as an actress in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Right now, I'm creating a number of IPs with the company, overseeing writers and creators. This is Sandro Manetti. He's head of BAFTA New Talent. He's very, very well connected in the entertainment industry. He's the royal correspondent for CNN and a contributor on the BBC. Here's our board members: Michael Manasseri, another award-winning filmmaker, director, and producer; Stephen Eckelberry, also an incredible producer, post-production supervisor. He can do it all. And Dr. Bruce Lee, who's an inventor, one of our executive producers. We have several technology projects we're working on with Dr. Lee. Catherine Taylor, who's a Fulbright scholar, member of AFI, really talented. We have a number of projects with her. And the Decca brothers, exceptionally talented directors, award-winning filmmakers from France. And Dave Centron, who is also a creator of multiple TV projects with the company. He's a physicist, so all our supernatural shows that we're developing have credibility to them because he makes it work. Here's Lorraine Chi. She's VP of Operations. She's also a film director and an up-and-coming fantastic producer. Dave Tappan, he's out of Michigan. He's an award-winning filmmaker, director, producer, and does a lot of commercials. We have Dr. Jimmy Jang. Jimmy is one of our biggest investors. He also is an executive producer. What we do? Well, we do it all. You've already heard what we do. We have divisions in film, television, streaming, podcasts, merchandise, and we are going more into technology now. Here's some of our projects coming soon, which you've heard about. Avenger Field, which was released on Amazon, hardback, now paperback. Here are some of our projects that are coming soon. The 12 Dancing Princesses, Dead End Dating, Earth Angels, Channeling the Future. Well, that's something that we really believe in. We've had Big Stream Entertainment. We launched it in 2020, and we are growing with content. We now have over 300 titles, and our goal is to make original content to attract more people to our channel. That's really what we'd like to start doing, is making our own TV shows and movies for Big Stream. Education and children's development, we're doing that with the Princess Network. We talked about the 12 Dancing Princesses and Storytime. We also have a retail company with the Princess Network. We'd like to develop that out further as well. We also have a magazine, Hollywood International Filmmaker magazine, that Sandro Manetti and Dr. Jimmy Jang, our largest shareholder, control. It's won multiple awards, and it's got great interviews and information. It's distributed all over the country and Asia. Regarding a film fund, it's something we'd like to put together for the future. We'd like to do 5 films between $350,000 to $1 million. These films are a safe bet. They have a high return on investment most of the time, but one of those films could knock it out of the park. So you're mitigating your risk by making 5 for under $5 million rather than 1 for $5 million. So that's something that we would like to do. And our future projects, we have our future film fund we'd like to do for 5 films. Future medical beauty device with Dr. Lee, which is already in talks right now. We have more original programming planned already for Big Stream that we're shooting very soon. Television projects we've gone over, Hallmark movies, and our Big Screen Kids division. Revenue streams. We have a number of revenue streams that we've already discussed. We have distribution, which includes all of our different films that we've made, and they're being distributed on iTunes, Amazon, all the big companies. We have that direct. We do marketing and production for various companies that also generates revenue. We have our streaming channel. That's the area that we would really strengthen with original content. We have the Princess Network retail with a number of items there that we'd also like to expand. The kids in education and programming, we went over this. We have the Princess Network and the different divisions. Educational content is very popular, and it's a really positive area for children to learn and grow making content. Families always need good kids content. It seems to be something that there's a shortage of, and so we'd like to expand this area. We're in publishing, which we've discussed with Amazon, Avenger Field, and other books that we have coming for the future. We also sell our IPs to various companies, medical device development and production. This is a new area with Dr. Bruce Lee. film production and creation. That's when we go into production and we get a studio fee for our work. So if it's a television show or a film, we receive a percentage both in equity and capital. Okay, the incentive for investors. We have an award-winning team. We have multiple revenue streams. We have a low float, and we have a number of films in development. We have an in-house experienced sales and distribution team to ensure a return on investment. If you'd like to contact us or find out about investment opportunities for films and other projects, we do have a Reg D offering available on our website at bigscreenint.com, or you can email us or call us anytime. So in conclusion, we're an award-winning film production television team with a number of areas that we're expanding into: publishing, devices, retail, and so forth. So that, in a nutshell, is what we've been doing for the last 18 years. Thank you very much for watching.